Hi guys and girls and everyone from the Paranormal Society. I'm Nathan, a member of East Yorkshire Unexplained Phenomena. I just want to talk to everyone about some of the experiences we've had, from possible poltergeist experience to talking to the spirit of a little girl. And the last time I was at abandoned RAF base, we believe we was talking to the spirit of a little girl. And it was like, we went there the other day and we didn't get no communication at all afterwards, so we do hopefully truly believe that would help to pass on. It was like we was using equipment that we'd never used before, which are dowsing rods. I don't know if you probably have heard of them, used them maybe. They are quite old school, and we do get quite a bit of activity with them, so it is new to us, and the level of activity we have had, it is quite overwhelming. First time we used them, we just felt drained. We had no energy. My legs didn't feel like mine. It just felt weird. It was like I felt like I'd walked miles even though I hadn't. And again, Joe, he was just completely zapped. The first time we used them, it was like, it just wasn't us. Didn't feel right at all. And again, like I said, I was there the other day, and there is footage up on social medias, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Links will be in the comments to our profiles if you want to go give us a like and a follow, even subscribe our YouTube. Thank you, we all appreciate it. Like I say, we think we was talking to a German officer. Didn't seem that friendly, didn't seem to want us there, as the responses we was getting from the questions that we asked, there was quite rapid, they looked like quite negative. So it was quite an off experience for us. And then coming out of that particular part of the building, it seemed to lighten up. We went around a few other places and we weren't really picking up on much, so it was quite odd. Some of the equipment we tend to use are the K2 meter, dowsing rods. We obviously have walkie-talkies, power banks. We have our own little experimental things that we like to try. We do like to try to get under spirits' nerves. We are out there to document. We are aware that you do have to be respectable, but at the same time you do need answers. You've got questions that we're answering, so you maybe have to push the boundaries a little bit. And there is times where it will get a bit negative. We have had that at a place called Peggy Farrow Woods. It's believed that there was a Peggy Farrow witch in Ellerton who got hung down Peggy Farrow Lane. When we investigated there, we weren't really picking up on much, so we decided to stop recording. However, there's alleged devil worshippers that go in this particular part of the woods, and me and Joe was walking down. It was pitch black. It was maybe like 9-10 o'clock on the night, so you couldn't even see your hand in front of your face without a torch. And Joe had stopped to do some man stuff, so it was a wee, and he had his torch in his hand and it got knocked maybe about 5 foot out of his hand. So we started recording instantly, put a K2 meter out, asking questions, who was there, what was it, because it didn't feel like it was anything nice. It felt negative. Upon going further, we had to cross this field. This field is like the size of 2 football pitches, and it was dark. And it was like we could hear rustling behind us. You have to go past like a line of trees, like the foresty bit behind you, and there's houses either side. So we are aware it could have been someone's dog or cat. But every time we moved, it moved, and you could hear the rustling getting closer and closer and closer. So we carried on, and we stopped after about 5-10 minutes, and we heard this rustling. We heard like trees shaking, and I'm not exaggerating. There was literal like bushes and trees like shaking, like it was windy. but there was no wind. So we stopped for 5-10 minutes, and then we sit, we listen. At the time we had a night vision camera, so we was trying to look through the bushes and these trees to see if we could see anything or anybody that might have been out there as well playing games. But at like 9:30 in the night time, it was like, you're not going to go traipsing around the woods with no torch, and there was just us around from what we can believe, and a few horses and maybe a couple of sheep, but that was in a different part of the field. But anyways, we'll continue. So after about 5-10 minutes of listening out, we walk up, carry on going, and we'll come across this field. And it looks like it's all been dug out, like there was something there in the past. Like, not saying it was something spiritual, but something man-made. Now, these devil worshippers, they are supposed to rule these woods, and obviously practice like devil worshipping because of Peggy Farrah, which they try and communicate with whatever devil worshippers do nowadays. Sacrifice your dog or whatever. I'm not sure. It's not something we want to dive into. But for this one instance, we'd stopped recording. Why? I don't know, because we went out there to get evidence and to record. So why we stopped recording, I don't know. So we go up to like where there should have been these hut type things. Stop recording. We've got our lights out. We walk about 5-6 foot in front of us, and we saw this black mass shoot straight in front of us. We saw this black mass like just dart straight in front of us. Had us both baffled. We're both like literally we shit ourselves to the point where we backed off very slowly all the way back to this big field, and we was trying to run for our head what it could have been. Could it have been a big dog? Could it have been like a black like a wild cat? But then we was looking back and whether it was our own imagination or if it was a legit thing. But from our experience, from what we saw and what we believe we saw, it was big, black, shaggy, no eyes. And we'd looked on various websites and we couldn't pinpoint what it was. It was like we thought skinwalker, something like that, but then it don't tally up to that area of the UK. It's not known. So whether it was spiritual, negative, demonic, we don't know. So we back off onto this field, and then like very slowly, like back to back, shine our torch every 5 seconds, with our tail between our legs. We start making our way back to the car, and we come across a graveyard. Now this is where Peggy Farrah was supposed to be buried. So we didn't really want to dive too much into it and start asking questions, being of which we've got no experience with anything on that sort of level. So we paid our respects, and as we're walking by, we said we paid our respects, and said like we didn't mean no disrespect, we didn't mean to bring you no harm, we didn't mean to cause any trouble, we just came here to ask questions and investigate. And upon saying that, I felt a hand touch my arm, and I said to Joe, I was like, did you just touch me? And he was like, no. I was like, he was to the left of me, but he had his torch in his right hand and he had a cig in the other hand, so there's no way like he could have touched me. He could have done, but like he said he didn't, and it didn't feel like a human touch. It felt soft, it felt cold, it felt as if to say thank you. And it was like, we haven't been back since, and it's not somewhere I'd recommend going by yourself because it is quite daunting. It will take it out of you. It is quite a walk. Like the walk there got back, everything feels like it moves. It was like walking there, was like recognising certain ways to come back. But coming back, it was like all the stuff that we saw on the way there, we didn't see on the way back. So everything, it is backwards, but it don't tally up. It's like, I can't explain it. It's like, it tries to play tricks with you. So it's like, it puts things in front of you that you know wasn't there, or you didn't see, or you didn't think you saw. And it's a weird place, and I wouldn't recommend going there by yourself. If you're going to go there, I'd go there with at least 4 or 5 people, and make sure you've got your wits about you, because that place is mental. Some of the more bizarre experience we've had, Joe's been scratched, not 3 times, but 3 consecutive scratches. Been scratched. He's but twice on 2 different occasions, 2 different places. One on his back, one on his belly. I believe I've been touched by a spirit. It's like one of the very first investigations we did was at RF Griffield. Then it was like I had my camera in front of me and I saw this white mass just come towards me, went straight through me, and I said to Joe, I was like, you need to grab the camera. Like the footage is on our Facebook. I just felt like breaking down. I didn't feel like me. I felt like crying, but it wasn't in a nasty way or a bad way. It was in a, like, just let me know how it felt, because the question we asked before was like, let us know how you feel. And as soon as it went through me, it's like I felt what that spirit felt. It was like sad and depressed and emotional, and like lost. And I'll welcome that feeling anytime. However, we have had experiences where it does feel like there's something dark, and like something doesn't want you there, and the kind of feelings we do want to stay away from, because there is some dark spirits out there, some demonic spirits. We have had run-ins with poltergeists, slamming doors on us, playing tricks on us. Again, a particular building in an RF place, as soon as we got onto the location, we heard whistling. Bear in mind, it was the middle of the night, so there's nobody else around. If you walk around the middle of the night with no torch, then you're an idiot. But again, we heard whistling, and then we heard doors banging. There's one door in particular slamming open, closed, on command. The video is on our YouTube channel, Facebook and TikTok. So it is, and we've heard screams, we've heard a little girl laughing, we've heard a baby cry. It's like we know, when it comes to spirits of children, we know demons can't mimic them actions, the whistling, the crying, baby crying. We know what they're capable of doing, we know what we're getting ourselves into, but at the same time we know we need to be safe. So if we hear anything like that, we do tend to back off a little bit, because we're not experienced enough to deal with that. And as much fun as we probably have doing it, it's not worth bringing anything back home. Like Joe's got 2 kids, I've got 3 kids, and I'd hate to think that something latched onto either one of us and we brought that kind of activity home with us, because it's just not something you can deal with. It was like our day and age. It was like, I don't have a priest on speed dial that I can ring up and be like, right, I need to come bless my house. There is channels that you need to go through, and I ain't got a club to do it. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll leave the comments links to our Facebook and TikTok if you want to go give us a follow. Thank you.